Umineko When They Cry Games English Dub Kickstarter has been delayed, and it hasn't been delayed due to some shady reason because I don't understand. I don't think anyone would lie about what they have claimed is going on here. So basically, they were going to release the Kickstarter. The website is still up. All of the articles and the Kickstarter, the website, will be listed in the description box down below if you're watching this through our YouTube channel. So basically, they were going to announce, they were going to put up the Kickstarter for this, and then out of nowhere, the Catbox Creative announced on Twitter that apparently it was quote-unquote slightly delayed due to a health emergency affecting an essential member of the campaign's launch team. Holy crap. Because I've never heard, I've heard, usually when a campaign has been funded of some issues with the things coming out due to some things that seem like more excuses than others, or just like, oh, where'd the money go? And you kind of get this, collective shrug, and you're like, I gave a lot of money to this, but I've never really heard of when a Kickstarter was about to happen, there being a delay due to this reason. Now, these aren't companies that are coming out of nowhere. They've all worked on these games before, not this game in particular, but games like this before. This also involved the original creator of the Higurashi or the When They Cry games. So that isn't, this is not a... This doesn't seem like some kind of publicity stunt. It would be a rather odd one and one that could damage the company completely. So, especially because, Tristan, they even talked about, and some of you guys might not know, they actually announced some things out of, I assume, out of fear due to the fact that, oh, we're going to have to delay this. So you know what? They threw out the fact that Linda Young, who actually played Frieza in Dragon Ball Z, Baba in Dragon Ball Kai, and also Genkai in Yu Yu Hakusho, she will be playing Chiyo Kumasawa, who I imagine is the main character of this game. Again, don't know too much about anything Higurashi / When They Cry related, other than a few manga volumes that I have, and also seeing the first season of the anime. I didn't really see where they went to after that. And Tristan, you've only seen it in passing, and you've been weirded out due to a lot of the gore.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I watched some of the anime. I'm not sure what part.
Probably the first season. The way it played. Yeah, because
it was kind of one of those things where, back in high school, I was really into it, but as I got a little bit older, I was like, I kind of fell out of it.
Okay. Yeah, same here, I'll admit. Nothing against it. I would love to do a podcast on it one day, the anime, for Halloween or something like that. We've talked about it in the past, but just other stuff had kept on coming up. And I think that it is now legally available on DVD, because originally the first season was, then that went out of print, but I'm pretty sure a company has come up, I don't remember if it was Right Stuff, under Nozomi Entertainment, or if another company came in and actually has a license to it now, but I'm pretty sure they've licensed multiple seasons, all with subtitles only, so no dub, unlike the first season that did get a dub at the time. Either way, though, some other things that Catbox Creative revealed, they also discussed the fact that there are exclusive items for one of the exclusive items for backers, which will be a deck of playing cards. So, is that something that's going to really draw me into it personally? No, and I think you agree the same, Tristan. A deck of playing cards is probably the tamest thing that they've leaked because of this issue. But they had to leak something.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think it's a cool idea, and the artwork for each of the cards is definitely beautiful.
Right, because you can see that on the website.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'd say for, a big fan of the series, it would be something cool to have, even if not just to use, but just to have images of the characters. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool idea. I think it is, anyway.
Oh, no, it is. I'm not saying that it's a dumb idea. I just usually like things that tie into the show itself. So, so I got the Holy Diver set. I actually showed this off on our Those Guys Play channel. I did an unboxing, and I'll be doing a review of the game in the near future. So when I got the Holy Diver set for $60, it was a collector's edition. There was only a certain amount of them, but it was $60, and I've shown this to you, Tristan. It came with not only the game, the box, the manual, because it's an NES game that never came out here until this year when Retrobit released it, and I bought it from Castlemania Games, right? So, because I don't know where else you can buy it other than Castlemania Games. So, I bought it from them. It didn't just come with the game, the box, the manual. It came with a fig pin. It came with... The diary was a little off, because it kind of made me think of Death Note a little bit, but they actually released tarot cards. which which looking at the game Holy Diver and the art on the tarot cards, I was blown away. Because I was like, oh yeah, that kind of makes sense, because Holy Diver, a game that is very reminiscent of not just the song Holy Diver by Dio, but also very reminiscent to like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or Castlevania, the tarot cards make sense.
Right.
That's the thing. Like, trading cards, nothing against them, but they do seem a little off when it comes to from what I've seen of Higurashi. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
But that doesn't affect the game at all. And anyway, I'm just wondering what tier it would be at when we actually can... Because we always report on Kickstarters because we love different companies being able to come out with, these either English dub versions of products or just products that we never thought they could get. So we always love talking about these. But I want to mention who's involved in this, not just Catbox Creative, but they're also doing this campaign in cooperation with Sound Cadence Studios, 07th or 7th Expansion, which I know has worked on games before, at least the translation for games before, earlier Higurashi games, Witch Hunt Translation Group, and Manga Gamer. So the campaign was supposed to come out November 7th, then, interestingly enough, quote-unquote, due to the overwhelming positive response from fans, the companies decided to delay the campaign to November 17th in order to add more content. So they actually gave it a 7-day delay because they were like, yo, we want to give you more stuff. Which, I mean, fans were like, yay! Right? Like, why not? And then this issue happened. And it's really sad. I hope this person will be okay. I hope everything, not just because of the campaign, but this is a human life here. This is when video games and us all having fun, even though it's a very gory fun. I don't know if the games got less gory or if the games were as gory as the manga and anime, but still, this is when we take all that fun and we put it aside for a second and we talk about the real world repercussions of this person's health scare. So I hope they'll be okay just for their own sake. I don't know who this is, but we're still sending out our condolences to them and their families. But here's something fun. Let's transition to something fun for a second. Apparently, on the official website, they streamed a 19-minute announcement video that actually not only previewed the dub, but also discussed an English version of the original opening song, which the Japanese version is Katoyoku no Tori, and this version by Amy Lee, which will be Ama Lee, which will be titled One Winged Bird. Now, Ama Lee, I'm 95% sure that is a YouTuber who actually does English dubs on the side of different anime openings. I'm going to check that right now just to make sure. Tristan could, as I hear the clacking. But Tristan, what's your take on this? Obviously, again, real world cost. There's no... It would be silly of us to be like, this should still come out irregardless. Because if this person is doing this much work on the campaign, then the campaign wouldn't be able to function without them.
Right.
I don't know who this person is and what they're doing, but if they're, let's say, replying to fan comments, you can't release a Kickstarter without someone there to reply to every single fan inquiry.
Right.
Even if you have a detailed Q&A FAQ thing, still you're going to have people who are going to be asking some very strange questions. By the way, yes, this is Amelie is Amanda Lee, who on YouTube, because I recently subscribed to her, she actually does a bunch of fun, interesting voiceover, like, dubs on YouTube. Like, she did an English dub of Rolling Star, which is the 5th opening in Bleach. I'm pretty sure it's the 5th one, because it's been a while, but
oh, yeah, you showed me that one.
I told you. I told Tristan. Rolling Star. She also did the opening to Black Butler. She also, which is Monochrome Kiss. She also did the opening to Evangelion, which was really good. And she's done some other ones here and there, like some are a bit more iffy in my opinion. Also, to be fair, I don't know a lot of the anime that she has done, because some of that I'm like, it's too new for me and my old sensibilities. But still though, our YouTube channel is Leon Lee, or Leon Lai. But the way they pronounce it when you open up the video, it's like Leon Lee, and I'm like, alright, that's what I'm going to call it then. Because I know that she started this with a friend of hers, but I don't know if the friend moved or something, so like she just started doing it more and more herself. She actually has albums of these. Because I assume she paid for the right to actually do a cover of them, so she has albums with all these covers. And she's done Golden Time Lover in FMA Brotherhood. She's done openings from Fairy Tail, Sword Art Online, even League of Legends. Okay, didn't know that had an opening. Black Clover. She did Make My Story by My Hero Academia. And again, I can keep on going on and on and on. It's a bunch of different openings throughout the years. Attack on Titan, of course. So yeah, just a bunch of different stuff. So the fact that she's working on this, I'm actually also very interested. Like that also gives me like, oh, it's like a for the music for the opening. I'm like, oh, seal of approval right there. It's Amelie.
Right.
You know, boom.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's cool. But yeah, so either way though, how do you feel about this? Would you even be interested in picking up this game? Or the original, because the original ones, in case this is a sequel that, you know, we need to play the originals to follow.
Yeah, I mean, I'd give them a shot.
Because they're on Steam. I'm not forcing
Yeah.
I'm not forcing you, Tristan, but they are on Steam. There was a sale, because sometimes I look at Tristan, I'm like,
Right.
Tristan, what if you bought this and then I paid you back? But no, this isn't that case, because it's on Steam. We can't trade it or anything. So with those games on Steam, the first few chapters of the original game, those were released years apart in English and in Japan. And if I remember correctly, there was a sale going on where I think they were 30 altogether. I don't know if that's still on the table, but still, they were pretty cheap to get all the games.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, so what were you going to say?
Yeah, I mean, I'd give them a try.
Depending on the
Like I
price,
said,
of course.
I haven't seen much of the series myself, so
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, the games and the light novels started this whole thing. Then it
Right.
moved on to the anime and the manga, and it's
Yeah.
very interesting because the games, like there was also like a retouch up because like there was the original artwork, which I think perhaps Ryukishi 07 might not have been a big fan of after, or like at first he did it because of course, you know, you're releasing this game. I don't believe it was a very large budget, but then it got touched up over time to kind of look a bit more like the anime manga artwork.
right.
Again, just touching things up, not like changing anything drastically from what I remember. But I think those are the versions that are out on Steam in English. So,
Right.
by the way, the project will also fund a gold edition of the game, which will add full voice acting, not just for this game, as well as updated art based on Rondo of the Witch and Reasoning and Nocturne of Truth and Illusions, the game's PS3 versions. Also, the campaign will add new content from Ryukishi 07. So in this case, that's what that's doing. And a fully voiced audiobook version of the game titled Voices of Rokenjima, which will also be released for free as a podcast series on iTunes. I assume fully voiced in English, since it's part of this Kickstarter. Even though it's not stated directly, I'd imagine. And also, if funded, those who already own the game's Steam version on PC will have access to the Gold Edition content as a free update, which is amazing. So even if, for me personally, I'm like, how much is it on Steam? Because if I get it on Steam and then this gets funded, I get that as a free update.
Right, yeah.
So I'm putting that out there to some people. Also, the campaign will have merchandise rewards. Again, we don't know much about the merchandise rewards, sadly. By the way, so yeah, this looking at the anime and manga, let's see. I want to make sure that because the thing is, I gotta be real, Tristan. You've read the article. A lot of names just get thrown at you in Japanese.
Yeah.
No, doesn't it feel that way though? You're like, okay, guys, Jeebus, because I want to make sure that we're talking about sequels versus, let's say, prequels and things like that. Because when it comes to Umineko no Naku Koroni, which debuted at Comic-Con 07 and inspired the anime and the manga, I want to make sure that that isn't the version that we're getting right now, like the game, because that version, 18 people set foot on the remote island of Rokenjima in October of 1986, when a spat of murders take place. I'm pretty sure that anime was not in 86.
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure they had cell phones, and also they had oh come on, what's his name? Colonel Sanders.
Oh my god.
They did. He was in they had him in. He was in the dump that they went to. There was a statue of Colonel Sanders.
Oh.
Because
Okay.
in Japan they go to not everybody, but in Japan it's kind of become a somewhat small tradition, depending on where you are, to go to KFC on Christmas.
Right.
So yes. Okay. Oh, dear God, that's interesting. No, because I'm reading this right now. When the game, which is Umineko When They Cry, when it was first released at Comic-Con 72 on August 17, 2007, playable on Windows, the game sold out in 30 minutes.
Damn.
Ha! All right. So, yes. So this is referring to the original games. I didn't realize this was for. I thought this was specifically for an update, because the
Right.
problem is that the anime also get into weird naming territory.
Right.
Because there's way. I gotta be honest. I love all you guys, but there's way too many of these.
Yeah.
No, let me explain. Right. When I go on Wikipedia, and I look at the game, and it says released. And there's Legend, Turn, Banquet, Alliance, End, Dawn, Requiem, Twilight, Tsubasa, and Hane, which I assume are chapters.
Yeah.
But there are a lot. And then, of course, there's the manga, which, Yen Press released that in English. Alright?
Right.
And then when it came to the anime itself, also the novels, sadly, were never brought over here. But unless Kodansha Box, I don't think Kodansha Box is a US brand. Nope, that's Japanese. Okay, because there's and then NIS America, they're the ones that brought the anime over.
Right.
Okay, cool. But you see why I get confused, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a bit easy. But yes, so okay, cool. So then so they're trying to release that. So sorry guys if I misrepresented it in some way, because because Higurashi When They Cry is the name of the anime, so I assumed Umineko was a sequel of some type.
Right.
Yeah. Because when it comes to the no, actually, sorry, I was originally right. Ha! Higurashi When They Cry, known simply as When They Cry for the North American release of the anime adaptation, is a Japanese murder mystery doujin soft sound novel series. And there is a game for this as well. So I'm not wrong. I'm not crazy.
Okay then.
I'm not crazy, Tristan.
Gotcha.
Damn it, Tristan.
I believe you.
Tristan, we're doing this for the fans, Tristan.
I know that. Yes.
By the way, so let's take Tristan being a dick. Let's put that aside for a second. When They Cry, the newer version, it was Sentai Filmworks that released that anime, and then they released the second season, When They Cry Kai, because Kai means rebirth, right?
Right.
Okay, cool. Yeah, not Dragon Ball Z Kai. There is no crossover. And I'm pretty sure the OVAs were not brought over. Neither. Oh, there was a live action film in 2008. Well, shit.
Well then.
Oh, and When They Cry Ray, which, okay, this OVA did come over by Sentai Filmworks. That came out eventually as well. There was another live action film in 2009. I knew this was popular, but I didn't think it was live action film. Like, because we never got those, ever. Like, I've never even heard people talk about them. Oh, damn. All right. There was a television drama that came out 2 years ago. I assume Crunchyroll does not have that, although that would be interesting to look into. Yeah. So, I love all of you, but I'm gonna, normally, like, I apologized already, but I still want to justify what's been happening to me during this podcast by saying that there are way too many different long names for this series, for the When They Cry series. Tristan, back me up on this. I know I'm crazy, but back me up.
Yeah, I mean, if with a series like this that's long running and is released like episodically by like chapters and stuff like that, it's easy to get kind of lost in it.
Because even though there are shows that, Tristan and I like that are very long running, it would be odd to me if it was like, here's Dragon Ball Z, and then Dragon Ball Q. And I'd be like, wait, what? So Q comes before Z? No! What? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's how I feel. And I'm sorry, guys. I love you all. And by the way, I'm buying these games. Don't get me wrong. I'm setting money aside. I'm setting Christmas money aside to buy these games because no one else is going to get them for me. So, I'm interested. And I'm interested in the Kickstarter, too, by the way. Which, again, the website will be linked down below. So, I definitely want you guys to support that when it actually comes back up and it's up and running. But still, so many names. So many names. Because there's Umineko, which is the third title, and it was preceded by Higurashi no Naku Koroni, then Higurashi no Naku Koroni ni Kai, then followed by Umineko no Naku Koro ni Chiru.
Right.
Do you see what's happening? Okay. Either way, support the Kickstarter. I will too. Tell me if I'm an idiot in the comment section down below. I'm being dead serious. Please, down below, just tell me, Matt, you are foolish. Or just tell me, like, no, Matt, you're awesome and we love you and thank you. Just whatever you want to do. It's very late here as we're recording this, and I want to buy these games. This might be a late night impulse buy because they're really cool. But Tristan, actually, before we go, do you think there needs to be an English dub? Because I want to support the Kickstarter because there's also some really cool rewards and stuff like that. But do you think if there are subtitles, which there seem to be subtitles, it's a visual novel, do you think there needs to be a dub?
I mean, I don't think there's any harm in it.
No, not at all. I'm not anti-dub. You know us. I'm not anti-dub. I'm only curious because I'm wondering, is it going to be like a completely different voice cast compared to some of these characters that have been voiced in Higurashi media before?
Right.
It seems like it might be. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, though, putting that aside, Tristan's like, it's not going to hurt anybody. And I agree, it's not going to hurt anybody. But I want to hear what you guys think about that, too. Do you think this game needs a dub? I'm sure some of you guys who are some hardcore Higurashi fans are like, just give us more Higurashi. But to others, I want to hear what you guys think, as well as the hardcore Higurashi fans. So, again, tell us what you think down below.